Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome on in. Your boy is feeling fresh today. Kind of. Had a bit of a shitty morning, but I'm feeling much better than I did before now that I'm full of tacos. I had 5 tacos and my stomach is not happy with me right now, but I don't care. We are back with Klonoa again. It's been about a year since I last played this. Not exactly to the letter because I was supposed to debut with this 1 year ago today. However, my copy didn't arrive, so I ended up debuting with, I think it was Mario 64 instead. So, I had played through this before. I played through these games several times, actually, though not this, remaster, specifically. Hard mode. Oh. Oh. I would consider that for Klonoa 2, but not this one. This one is much harder than Klonoa 2. So, just one little bit of housekeeping. I am now streaming for 4 hours every stream except for Saturdays, where I'm going to keep it to 3 hours. So, I'm going to be here for a bit. Now, the last time I streamed this, I did not read the cutscenes out loud for Klonoa 1. Quite honestly, the dialogue isn't really all that interesting. Normally, I would let the dialogue play because this game does have voice acting and then read it since it's not in English. The thing is, the cutscenes auto-advance, and sometimes I can't even read them fast enough. So good luck. Also, just want to point out that my DualSense registered as 2 different controllers when I turned my Steam Deck on earlier. It registered as both a PS5 controller and a DualSense wireless controller, so I had a lot of double inputs. Don't know why I did that, because normally it only ever registers as a DualSense wireless controller. Hey Simkey, and thank you. Also, hey Bal and Zeno. Got to say hi to you guys. So I played this before on Switch. I've actually played through 3 versions of this game. I have played it... I originally ordered it physically for Switch. That copy got delayed. I was too impatient, so I bought it on PS4 digitally. And 100%ed it before my Switch copy arrived. This is me. Then I ended up 100%ing it on Switch. I played it on stream and then 100%ed it off stream. And then when I got my Steam Deck, I eventually bought it for Steam Deck. And 100%ed that. So this... I've already gotten all the achievements in this version and also the PS4 version. So... Since I'm going to be streaming for longer than normal, if I do finish the game early, I will try to 100% it on stream. However, with me doing longer streams, I'm probably going to have to get creative if I happen to finish what I'm doing early. So expect to see more stuff that I normally wouldn't stream, like pinball, arcade games, stuff like 2 Point Campus, or Animal Crossing, or just other stuff I have to fill time that I wouldn't necessarily dedicate a whole stream to. And yeah, Klonoa is absolutely a Blorkby in this game compared to the second one. With his big head and big eyes. Little bastard. No, the little bastard is that little floating ball, Hupo. He's actually a bastard. So if you're gonna punt either of them into the sun, do it to Hupo, because he deserves it. Now, I have streamed this before, so as far as I'm concerned, I don't care about spoilers. I would ask that those who know the story don't say anything for anyone who cares. But I don't know. I'm not as too worried about this game or its sequel. Let me get the Atari set up for you need extra stuff. That would be a problem because I have no way of actually streaming my Atari. Because my Atari uses RF. It has an RF switch. It doesn't have composite. I never modded it. So I actually can't stream it with my current setup. In fact, I can't even hook it up to this monitor. I can't hook it up to any monitor we have. I don't have a converter or anything like that either. Now, if I had my Switch handy, I could do either of the Atari collections I have for Switch. Both of them are on Steam. I don't own them on Steam, but I could also get them through Steam. So I would at least consider that, but the idea is whatever I'm streaming, I would rather not have to change consoles midstream. It's just a little inconvenient to me. So if I'm going to stream something extra to fill time, it's going to be on whatever platform I'm currently streaming from. Yeah, I did not have a great morning. For those who are in the know, I recently was shorted on one of my medications, so I went a few days without it, and I felt fine the first day, and then progressively felt worse and worse until my refill arrived. I'm back on it now. I have been since Saturday, but I think my body is out of whack readjusting to the change. So, I guess I just needed an extra day to reset. I wasn't going to cancel stream, though, because I love the Klonoa series, and I figured that would help. But hopefully I'm past this medication bullshit. The tacos from earlier certainly helped. I had 5 tacos. Yeah. Excellent. Yes, they were excellent. I'm gonna try to make a taco omelet tomorrow, if I have it in me. I like making omelets, but omelets can be very disappointing if you screw up, and I'm not very good with flipping them. But, yeah, we'll see. My taco omelets aren't exactly pretty, either. I'm not very good with, like, clean omelets. They always look messy. This is, like, one of the best songs in the game, and it plays in this one cutscene. I think it also plays in a cutscene in the, secret level. Gotta say, this remake does look gorgeous, but if you compare it to... Oh, hold on, I feel there's something coming. Ugh. I think it's out. Excuse me. If you compare it to the remake, it actually does look worse. I'm actually surprised they didn't just use the remake as a base, because it seems like they redid all the models from scratch a second time instead of just, you know, using the existing remake. It doesn't look bad, and you would really only notice that it looks bad if you compared it to the Wii version. At some point, I might do a Klonoa series playthrough on stream, so maybe I'll actually get to stream that version. Fun fact, these enemies are never identified by this name in the game itself, but these enemies, the little red guys and the flying green ones, are called Moos. They're actually named in the second one. All the enemies have names, but you wouldn't know that from this game itself, since none of them are actually named in it. Love mobile Twitch just having a little pop-up that just says intended for certain audiences with nothing else. Yep, that sounds like mobile. So there are, if I'm not mistaken, 6 worlds in this game with 2 visions each. Second vision is always a boss fight at the end. So it's 12 levels, And then there's the final vision, which is just the Nahatome boss fight. And then there's extra vision, which you get by getting all the villagers. So, 4 hours, I should be able to easily, possibly beat this game in one session. And then we can just move on to Klonoa 2, which is a fair bit longer. Are the names in the manual? Probably. Not in this manual, at least, because I don't even know if this has a manual, but in the original game's manual, I believe it is. I own a physical copy of this for PS1, but it's a Japanese copy. I can't actually, like, play that copy currently. I could when I bought it, because I had an emulator for my old laptop that actually let me run discs. So I was actually able to play a physical copy of the Japanese version of the game from the emulator. But my current laptop does not have a disk drive, and obviously the Steam Deck, which is what I'm using right now, does not have a disk drive. So I can't exactly do that. I do have an English copy digitally on PS3, so I could actually stream that at some point. I'll be further down the line when I get my PS3 ready for stream. There. The names are in the manual. Okay. Alright, so it's supposed to take me back the other way. Yep. Well, you don't really see manuals in games anymore. They tell you to, like, go online or something, or most games just have it in the game. Which is, kind of annoying, because, manuals were pretty handy back in the day. Gaming is dead. Sure feels like it sometimes. Subscribe to DestroyGaming.net to kill it deader. Yeah. Right. Got him. Sniped. Indeed. So the delay with the things popping out of the eggs. The game is supposed to do that. You know, I sometimes think about this game when, well, I think about it a lot, honestly, but I think about it specific. Yeah, there's a delay when the eggs are open. I think about this specifically because there's a joke that, I don't know when it got started, but is used a lot with Smash, that there are 3 types of video game characters. You have Scrimblow Bimblows, Sword McJRPG guy, and Iconic Punch and Kick'ems. Call of Duty style montage, but it's just Klonoa. Do you mean like from the games, or do you mean the MLG montage? I think that's what they're called. MLG. Okay. Fun fact, I've never actually seen one of those. I've only seen memes making fun of them. Also, for some reason, this version of the game uses the PS1 audio instead of the Remake audio. They're pretty much exactly like the memes. Okay, do people still make those? Is that still a thing? Or has that, have people aged out of that? Because I know that was a thing a long time ago. Not really? Okay. It's probably more like Fortnite stuff full of TikTok memes now. I do know a while back when Breath of the Wild came out, I was looking for a... Not just Breath of the Wild, but some memes using the Annie song. Not Animal Crackers, what am I saying? That's Shirley Temple. What's the name of the song from the meme? Oh, Hard Knock Life. There are a lot of memes that use that song. Not all of them are based on video games. There were some for Breath of the Wild, and there's some new ones for Tears of the Kingdom, but there's also a lot of ones using fail compilations. When I was originally trying to find videos for that, I found hundreds of Fortnite compilations using a Hard Knock Life. In fact, from what I can tell, there's a lot of overused memes that are using a shitload of Fortnite videos. So I feel like that has eclipsed the MLG montages at this point. Now, I will say, as much as I do love the Klonoa series, the dialogue in the series has never been its strongest point. Excuse me. I think Lunatea's Veil was actually pretty good with the writing. There's actually a lot of really good bits in the writing for that game. This game, not so much. You can very much tell this was written for children. All the games were, really, but this one, it's the most blatant. It has some of the writing of all time. Yeah, the first one on GBA is actually a little worse. Okay, that should have counted, and you know it. Because there are a fair amount of Klonoa games, and a couple of them have confusing-ish names because they're sequels to each other, but aren't numbered in conjunction with the other games. So you have this game, which is Klonoa Door to Phantom Isle, which is Klonoa 1. You have Klonoa 2 on PS2, which is Lunatea's Veil. Then there was the Wonder Swan game, Klonoa Moonlight Museum, which takes place between these two. And then there was the first GBA game, which was also Klonoa 1, but it's Klonoa Empire of Dreams, and is unrelated to the main series. In fact, it uses Klonoa's Klonoa 2 design with Hufo, who shouldn't be here if Klonoa 1 is canon. And then that got a sequel on GBA titled Klonoa 2 Dream Champ Tournament, where Klonoa inexplicably has Popka and Lolo with him, which again should not happen if Klonoa 2 is canon, and also features a side character from Empire of Dreams, and then a brand new character named Gunts, who returned for the GBA JRPG, Klonoa Heroes Legendary Star Medals, which also has Popka and Lolo, and has nothing to do with the rest of the series at all, as a matter of fact. It's even its own world, because the grandpa is there, and if this game is canon, he shouldn't be there either. And then there was a remake on Wii of the first game, and then there's this, which is a remake of both games. So there's a lot of Klonoa games, and most of them have nothing to do with each other. In fact, combining all the games together, there's like 3 different timelines. Possibly 4, since the 2 GBA platformers have nothing to do with each other, or the rest of the games. And I don't know about Moonlight Museum, because I've never actually played it in English, so I don't know its story. None of you probably care about most of this, but I don't think this game really has a canon at this point. I don't think so either. Just kind of random stories with the characters in them. Yeah, I mean, Klonoa 2 on PS2 doesn't really have much to do with the first game, but the first game is technically canon to it. But Klonoa seems to have aged a fair bit, because he's very likely like 6 or something in this game, and he's at least 13 or maybe older in the second game. But it's unclear how much time has really passed. And again, like, none of you probably care about all this, but I am very normal about this series. And by normal, I mean absolutely not normal. I fucking adore this series. Now, to be fair, as much as I adore this series, it's really just Klonoa 2 on PS2 that I adore the most, but, you know, I'll play any game of Klonoa's in it, just because he's in it. 35-year-old Klonoa who lost his left leg in the war and had it replaced with a fucking chainsaw. Alright, I think I need that guy alive. So, something to note that you guys will not be able to see because you're not the ones physically playing this. But, Klonoa in this game does not stop on a dime. He actually, there's sometimes a slight delay before he stops moving. And you can just barely see it, but he does slide ever so slightly if I have a fair bit of speed. So there's actually a lot of areas in this game where you can just have an unfair death because you stopped holding the D-pad and Klonoa did not stop moving. Alright, so that's the way out, but we don't want to go there yet. In fact, this game has a knack for getting me killed because the game decided I wasn't actually done moving. Knack mentioned. Yeah, like, unironically, I do actually want to play Knack because I've heard it's actually pretty decent and was treated very unfairly by, critics and gamers. Like, people meme on it, but from what I know, it's actually, like, not a bad game. It's just not great. From what I know, the second one is supposed to be better, also. So, a little bit of backstory for this game, since it's never fully explained. The whole idea of Phantomile, the world this takes place in, is the creator of the game, who is actually the creator of Ninja Gaiden, thought to himself once, where do the dreams go that people don't remember? Because if you remember a dream, that dream is now in your memories, but if you don't remember it, where does it go? So the idea for Phantomile is that it's a world made up of the dreams that people have forgotten. And they actually kind of mention this in the intro. In fact, it's actually heavily implied that the player is dreaming this game's existence. It goes to hell before you die, exactly. I believe the other main inspiration for this game is the creator of Ninja Gaiden had previously made, obviously, the Ninja Gaiden series, which were not necessarily, like, adult, but they weren't aimed at kids, and he wanted something that kids could enjoy. He wanted to make something that kids could enjoy, rather. Excuse me. And, this game is a 2.5D platformer, which is a bit of a rarity in the gaming sphere. There was another 2.5D platformer on PS1 at this time. In fact, there were actually two, which recently got a remaster announced, so that would be the Tomba series. Semki, there is actually a third one. Because Kirby 64 is also a 2.5D platformer. In fact, it's actually the only other 2.5D platformer I can even name. So how's everyone else's day going? Hope you all had a bit of a better day than me. I'm doing much better than I was earlier, so that's good. Ow. Today I existed. That's a mood. Sometimes that's the best you can do. No shame in it, though. Everyone has bad days. Everyone has neutral days. What's the quote from Animal Crossing? Bad times are just times that are bad. Something like that. Wow, so deep. Well, it's the fucking subreddit I'm 12 and this is deep. Or is it I'm 14 and this is deep? Something like that. Don't actually say that in chat, though. Don't. Is that game a well? Because it's so deep. I like that. You've started cleaning up your room and reorganizing some of your consoles? Nice, Simky. I was supposed to clean today, but I was not really feeling myself. I'm gonna try to clean tomorrow, because I need to finish cleaning my room. Got a lot of shit I still need to put away. I'm 27 and this is Sparta. I need to... Do I actually need to see 300? Because I don't actually think I do. I think it's like... No? Okay. I know it's like longest lasting legacy was just the This is Sparta meme. I don't think anything else of it has aged particularly well. It's not even... Not only is it not accurate to the 300 graphic novel, it's not even accurate to what happened. Or how Greeks act. Or how Spartans act, actually. As something to note, the Greeks, and especially the Spartans, were actually very, very gay. Because one thing I don't think a lot of people realize is that the Spartans... women weren't exactly allowed in the camps. So if they were in the mood, they would just fuck each other. Casually. In fact, they were so used to fucking each other, when they returned home, their wives had to act more masculine because they were so used to fucking men. That they literally didn't find their own wives attractive anymore. Homosexuality also wasn't really looked down upon in the time of the Greeks. In fact, it was very common for men to sleep with other men. None of which is represented at all in the film, of course. You know, 300 is a pretty okay PSP game. I actually think I remember seeing ads for that. I was subscribed to... No, I wasn't... No, I did subscribe to, shit. I was subscribed to Electronic Gaming Monthly, EGM, when they still were covering PSP games. Because I remember there was a PSP game I wanted to get that I actually have been thinking about every now and then called Hot Pixels, which was kind of a, an adult take on WarioWare. I don't know if it's any good. I don't think they actually reviewed it, but they did cover it. You know, AGM was actually, like, pretty decent for a magazine. I was a bit younger than I think the intended audience was. Like, the magazine wasn't exactly vulgar or anything, but it was very clearly not intended for someone in my age group at the time, which is like, what, 13, 14, something like that. Maybe a little older. I don't remember how old I was when I subscribed to it. But I was subscribed to it and Nintendo Power around the same time, and I distinctly remember there was a period where EGM ceased operations. And, they still had outstanding subscriptions since the cancellation was a little out of the blue. So in their infinite wisdom, they decided, you know, we we, the owners of EGM, actually have another magazine that we can send out. Let's send everyone Maxim to finish out the subscriptions. And that's how they discovered that a good portion of their audience was not over the age of 18. So they got in a lot of trouble for that. And that's how an issue of Maxim ended up in the mail for me, and I panicked because I most certainly did not subscribe to Maxim. I don't want to get caught up. Never saw EGM, but I did get Game Informer. Isn't it GameStop's magazine? EGM stopped in 2008, and then it came back a few years later. So I don't know why they thought that would be okay. Yeah, I have no idea. Now, let's be real, I'm certain that a good portion of the audience was okay with it. At the time, I was not really, like, comfortable with my own sexuality in a lot of ways. I didn't like being sexual like that. So, I was very much a prude at the time. I was also much younger. You know. Young enough to have literally said, I'm 14 and this is deep, or something. But I changed years later. And obviously I'm far more open about that kind of stuff now. Now that I'm, you know, pushing 30. Times a change. Alright. GameStop did Game Informer. Yeah, I had like 2 or 3 issues of Game Informer and then canceled my subscription. Because all the games I liked, they gave low scores, and all of the games that I thought looked terrible, they gave high scores, and I decided that, you know, I don't think I actually share the opinions of this magazine. I distinctly remember an EGM article that had a photo of a guy either masturbating or implied to be masturbating with a magazine covering his crotch. I do not, but who knows. My favorite part of the magazine was always Sean Baby's Rest of the Crap. As he always reviewed, not really reviewed, but he talked about some of the worst some of the consoles had to offer. Like, some bit about a Jenga game for Wii. And I think he said Jenga is a board game bought by people who are too poor to afford real board games. And questioned why there was even a need for a video game based on a game that very much requires a physical, like, presence to actually function the way it's supposed to. Because nobody wants to play a digital version of Jenga. If you're playing Jenga, you're probably just actually building the damn tower to play it. Now, he put it in a not-so, eloquent way, but he does have a point. Like, people who play Jenga probably aren't going to buy a video game based on it. They're just going to play Jenga. Also, remember a guy writing a letter complaining about it. I think it was because the cover article for the magazine was like Kingdom Hearts 2 or something. Also, there was another guy complaining about a couple pages being removed from the magazine. He lived in the Middle East, if I remember correctly, because it had a dead or alive story, and then they showed the picture again on the same page his letter appeared. Oh, Mal. Yeah, EGM... I'm not ever going to say it was a terrible magazine, because it was actually really good. I actually miss EGM. I think it pushed boundaries that maybe it shouldn't have. But as an adult, gaming magazines used to be vicious letter writers. That is true. Come to think of it, I do remember with Nintendo Power, some of the editors and writers were very polite about telling people, hey, please shut up. Video games based on board games with no online are pretty dumb. Yeah. See, at least Clubhouse Games has online, and local, and download play, actually, kind of. You just need the demo. Speaking of board games with no online, a bunch of board game adaptations came out on Switch based on, I think it was like Settlers of Catan, Stratego, and I think Munchkin, and they all got their online shut down. Thus, you know, defeating the whole reason to get them. Yeah, and it really sucks, because I would have bought them, but the online was shut down, so, like, what's the fucking point now? That's the whole reason I would have bought the games. Thankfully, there is always Tabletop Simulator. And I did mention in the past that Tabletop Sim had the developers doing some really stupid stuff involving people talking about trans things in the global chat. But I have heard recently that they completely backpedaled on the stuff they said and ended up just removing global chat entirely so they wouldn't have to moderate anything. Not the best solution, but it is a solution that technically works. Games really need to use peer-to-peer so they don't need to worry about the servers. Yeah, we should do Tabletop Sim for a game night at some point. I can see about getting it set up in the Steam Deck. Tabletop Sim does have controller support, but it's absolutely terrible controller support. So if I'm going to play it, I actually would have to use mouse and keyboard. Like, it's actually really bad controller support because there's a few inputs that are mapped to the same button. Like, multiple inputs mapped to the same button. Also, as much as I'm willing to... Oh, shit, I thought he... As much as I'm willing to play shit like point and clicks and Unreal Tournament with a controller, I don't like playing Tabletop Sim with a controller, so that should tell you how bad it is with a controller. Yeah, the reason why I like Tabletop Sim and Clubhouse games so much... Well, I can't even do VR, so... Oh, you could be in VR. Okay, I misread, yeah. That... I guess that could be an option. But I think the main thing about Clubhouse games and Tabletop Sim that I like so much, that I feel like so many other developers don't quite understand, is when I play a video game version of a board game, what I want is literally the board game, but convenient. I do not want flashy video game effects like Ubisoft's board games, like Uno and Monopoly. And well, I will admit that version of Uno is pretty good, but like, I just want to play the board game. I want to feel like I'm playing the board game. That's what I want. And I feel like most developers don't understand that. But that's why Clubhouse games and Tabletop Sim are so nice, because it's literally just like you're playing the board game. Especially Tabletop Sim, where you can have the actual table. Every video game board game needs MLG air horns and hit markers. And they work way better to convenience rather than being fully gamified. Gamified, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Gamified. Yeah. It's actually funny. Growing up, I didn't like board games all that much. Not because I didn't like the board games, but because what I wanted to play was video games, and my parents and my older sister, who was essentially a third parent half the time, want to let me play video games. Once I was actually allowed to play video games, I started really liking board games again. But that's because I finally got to play video games more often, so I was happier about doing other things and more interested in them. More like board games. I think I made that pun once when I streamed Clubhouse games. I think we've all made that pun. I think so. So since we're on the topic of board games, I'm going to ask you guys, what is your favorite board game? You can name a tabletop game like D&D, you can name a card game, it's still a board game. Don't have one? Honestly, I think mine is actually Munchkin, which is more of a card game than a board game. You don't really have one. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, for me, it's Munchkin. It's just a fun game. It's really funny, and I like how chaotic the rules are. Because Munchkin, the rules actually encourage you to not only cheat, but to make up your own rules. And if there's any argument about what the rules actually mean, whoever bought the game, according to the official rules, gets to say what the rules actually are. So if I buy a thing of Munchkin and I'm playing it with Simkey, Zeno, and Dennis, and Zeno and Simkey get into an argument about what a rule means, I actually get to dictate what the rule means. Since I bought the game. Sorrow says, D&D. Hi, Sorrow, by the way. I don't think I said hi to you. Carcassonne is definitely one of my favorites, that and Risk, especially Godstorm in 2020, or 2210. God, I haven't played either of those in a while. Risk has some really cool variations, and Godstorm and 2210 are probably the two best ones I've played. Carcassonne is one that I don't know, I don't fully understand how the scoring works, but it's a really, really good game if you have someone who can teach you how to play it. I think the reason why Zeno and I like the puzzle game Dwarf Romantic so much is because it's very similar to the idea of Carcassonne. And funnily enough, it's also German. I think Carcassonne is German. You know, every time I see Carcassonne, I think of a Hard Times article that I've actually sent Zeno before. The headline was something like, "Nobody wants to play your weird German board game," and it's a picture of Carcassonne. The town is French, I don't know where the game is from. I'm pretty confident it's German. There's a lot of board games that are actually from Germany. Don't know what it is about Germany and board games, but there's a lot of modern board games that are from Germany. I know the Dwarf Romantic board game is German. And I think it actually won an award last year. Or this year. I don't know which. I'm fairly confident Carcassonne is German. Obviously the name isn't, but... I like Magic the Gathering pretty decently too. I never played that. I could be convinced to play it. I know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I know how to play the Pokemon TCG. I also have a couple decks for both of those. But I've never actually played Magic. I think Zeno has a deck for Magic, and years ago I mentioned wanting to get my own deck so I can try it out with him, and then I just never did that. So I should probably fix that at some point. Wouldn't be too hard to make a dragon deck if you want. I would like that. You know, if you really want to get me into anything, just either give me food, and I'll do whatever I need to do to get the food, or show me the dragons. There's blue-green decks, mostly. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Zeno has explained the difference before, and I have since forgotten. I think Kohai plays Magic, because I know he's done a few Magic and Pokemon TCG card opening streams. If I ever get a camera set up properly to do IRL stuff, maybe I could do some streams like that every now and then. Ow! Oh. Shit! Fuck you, I don't give a shit, man. Ow. Okay, I'm giving a shit now. Card games are pretty expensive, though. Unless if you're trying to get into serious collecting and whatnot. I haven't bought any decks or packs in a while. Zeno did buy me a Yu-Gi-Oh deck based around the Crystal Beasts. Which is something to set up as a proper usable deck. But that will come when I finish cleaning my room, because the very next thing I'm going to clean is where all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards are. Uh-oh. So I'll be able to finally go through my cards. Or for non-gimmick blue decks. As weird as that sounds, I prefer that if the gimmick mostly relies on green. Yeah, I don't. It probably make more sense to the people who actually play Magic. So I don't know what that means. I'm sure Zeno knows. Alright, fine. I'm coming over this way. Really? Okay. You're really gonna make me come all the way over here, aren't you? Blue, remove cards, denial, milling, making you burn, remove cards. Green, make monsters, lots and lots of monsters. Okay. I suppose I could use this guy. Come on. There we go. In basic Yu-Gi-Oh terms, blue is negation heavy, green is swarmer beatdown, red is burn and destruction heavy, black is graveyard shenanigans, and I forget about one. Okay. Now, speaking of tabletop sim, I actually have heard of people using tabletop sim to play D&D. In fact, there's even mods specifically for that. Right as health shenanigans. But are any of them evil shenanigans? Debatable. Blue-white decks are full of evil shenanigans. Blue's the most evil, yeah. You have a good rest of stream. Okay, you too, Simkey. I mean, have a good meal, Simkey. Fucking... It's like going to the store, picking up something. Cashier says, here's your change, and you say thanks, you too. And then you quickly shuffle out of the store in shame so the, before the cashier realizes what you said. Not fall off. Stores are not 90% self-checkout where I live. I don't think. I don't know. It's been a while since I was last in the store, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't gone out shopping in a while. Spike, you have not left the house in 3 years. Don't even act like you know things about the outside world. I have left the house. I've picked up prescriptions and I've joined people in shopping. I have, in fact, left the house. Well, once I've swapped some stores to be checkout only, I don't exactly go to work. Oh, self-checkout, yeah. Hans Cookie. Hey, Hun, are there 12 visions in this game or 14? Is it 6 pairs of 2 visions plus extra vision or final vision and extra vision, or is it 7 pairs? Because I actually don't remember. Because if it is 6 pairs, we're actually halfway through the game already. Yep. That's not what I wanted. Alright, I gotta ride all the way around. It's up to 6-2 and then last level with the final boss. Okay. That's what I thought. Excuse me, just wanted to be sure. Sorry, my body's making a lot of noises right now. That's what 6 tacos does to you. 6 tacos and a can of strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper. That's some good pop, by the way. If you like Dr. Pepper, it's actually very good, Belle. It's like very good. And keep in mind, I don't usually like strawberry flavored things. I love strawberries, but usually strawberry flavored things don't taste good to me. Because it doesn't taste like strawberries. This Dr. Pepper shit is actually really good, in my opinion. Do I want to fight? Can we at least wait until Tekken 8 is out so I have something new to play? And then we can fight? No? Okay. Also an extra vision, this tower below. Yeah. Which this time I will be doing on stream. Uh-oh. Me right here, right now, Clay Fighter 2. Clay Fighter. Is Clay Fighter even any good? Because I've played it before and it's... No. Brutal Paws of Fury. You are the only other person I know of who knows of that game, Belle. Is that one good? I've played that on an emulator before and I actually kind of enjoyed it. Fuck no? Okay. I think there's a fox girl in it who's pretty hot. Brutal is god-awful. Okay. I remember having a halfway decent time with it on an emulator. Maybe it's because I didn't pay for it. At the time, I mean, because, you know, I was a kid, not because I, you know... I don't currently have it anymore, so don't sue me, whoever made it. Which, I'm just saying that because of its reputation. I tried it myself. Wait, what reputation? I don't know anything about the game's reputation. I just know that it exists. Wait, what is the reputation you're talking about, Belle? It's got a reputation for being one of the worst fighting games ever. Oh, okay. See, I actually did not know that. The worst fighting game I've ever played is Battle Blaze on SNES. Which I think, the last time I mentioned it, I think you were actually able to find some information on it. When I originally looked it up about 10 years ago, I couldn't find much information on it at all. So I think it was like, you know, a fever game almost. Quickly being replaced by Skullgirls. Well, do people hate Skullgirls now? What the fuck did Skullgirls do? Ow. They remove the fascist imagery in some panty shots, and also Skullgirl or Sonic Fox is there. Oh, right, that stuff. The one that most of the people complained about haven't actually played the game in 10 years. As far as I know, hon, they only removed questionable art stuff. And that was it. Like, stuff that, if you're upset about, you probably have more to worry about than, prepaid content in a fighting game. Like, all the people that I know who have been hating on Skullgirls are not people I would trust on video game opinions in the slightest. Just saying. From what I know, did they actually remove any art, though? Because as far as I know, they changed the art, not removed it. Because as far as I know, they just, changed it. Babe, France does have a history with that. Like, that's not really a defense at all. France has a terrible history, too. Because what they were mostly removing was Nazi imagery. So, like, as far as I'm aware, most of the people complaining about the removals of stuff and changes, like, they are not people that I would ever listen to for anything involving games. Especially since most of them are still misgendering Sonic Fox and claiming they're, like, the worst thing to happen to video games, when all Sonic Fox did was play a video game. I'm just saying, hon, I have heard people who play Skullgirls talk about it, and from what I know, everything that was changed it's perfectly reasonable to change it. So, I don't know if we really need to talk about it, because, like, I have heard what the changes are, and I agree with them. Talking about Skullgirls? Yeah. Changes are on the cutting room floor article for the game. Oh, that's a death. We were not talking about bug stats. Klonoa, go through the damn door. Joka just out here assaulting an old lady. Based? Based on what? Based on being a true gamer. I like how his color just changes the instant the fight starts. This fight can be a bit of a pain, because the springs sometimes don't let you jump when you have a moo on you. What? Am I even gonna, like, be able to search this out after 4 hours? I might just have to move on to Klonoa too. Short game, bad value for money. Well, it's got a lot of replay, but it's very fun to replay and all that. So I'm looking at the cutting room floor article while the cutscene is playing, and the only thing that was removed from Skullgirls were 4 artworks. And that's it. Which had allusions to Nazi imagery or sexualized pictures of underage characters. And 1 piece of audio from one of the story modes. Looks like it's from Big Man. So, like, not a whole lot was removed. Not enough to really cause controversy. And none of it actually affects the game itself. So, like, people who are saying it's a big deal are making it out to be a bigger deal than it really is. And that art was removed probably for a good reason if it's got characters with red and black armbands and sexualized pictures of underage characters. I really don't want to have a whole conversation about this on stream, though. So if we could just leave it at that, I would really appreciate it. But that's all that was removed. 4 pieces of artwork, which are still in the art book, mind you. And, 1 piece of audio, plus something from Big Band Story. And from what I can tell, the removed audio might not actually even be from that update. Cutting Room Floor does not mention anything about an announcer pack. It mentions everything that was removed, and there was nothing that about an announcer pack, so... Because I've played the game for a while, hon, and I have never heard anything about that announcer pack. I'm only aware of the male and female ones. I don't think there are any others. So if there's another announcer pack, I'm curious where you're getting that information from. Room Floor doesn't mention anything about that, hun, so... I've also not heard anyone else mention it at all. I don't even think it's mentioned in the, patch notes for the updated removed it. Oh my god, it's Kashi Cakes! Oh my god! Welcome on in! Kashi, what were you streaming? Can we get a shout out for Kashi? Ow! Ooh, ow. Oh god. Fuck. Kashi, what were you streaming? I'm not gonna... I don't want to stand right in front of you. Shit. Let me pause the game here for a sec. Oh man, what were you streaming? Dragon Force. You were tweeting about that. I don't think I know that game. So you're playing Klonoa and wanted to send people your way? Are you also a Klonoa fan, Kashi? Guys, if you don't know who I am RogueSpyke, the Dapper Dragon. I stream retro games, Nintendo games, indie games, basically whatever I feel like. Today, we're celebrating 1 year of streaming. I have been doing this since 1 year ago today. And this is actually the game I was supposed to debut with, but due to my copy getting delayed, that's not how it ended up playing out. Fucking love Klonoa. Congrats on the anniversary. Thank you. I hope you were enjoying Dragon Dance. What kind of game is that? I saw your tweets about it, but I didn't look up the game at the time, so I think I was getting set up for stream. Funny story about Klonoa, actually, because I don't think I ever mentioned... Shit. I don't think I ever mentioned how I discovered this series. I was... my grandma had a house, we called it up north. It was in Michigan, up in the Upper Peninsula. And I would take trips up there with her, because she actually lives here in Chicago with us. I would take trips up with her occasionally, so she could check on the house and whatnot. And one of the times we were up there, long before I started bringing the PS2 with me, when we were at a store, I saw... Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm burping a lot because I had 5 tacos before I went live. But I saw Klonoa 2 on one of the shelves behind the display case, and I was like, Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil! I don't know what this is! Damn. And I literally begged her. I begged her to buy it for me, even though I couldn't play it at the time because we didn't have a PS2 up there. I had to wait until I came home to go back to my parents' house in order to actually play the game. That was like a few days. So I was just like sitting there in Michigan, being unable to play this PS2 game, just looking at it longingly for a few days. And then we came home and I finally played it and I fell in love. It is still, or Klonoa 2 is still one of my all-time favorite games. I fucking love the franchise. And many years later, around the time I got into high school, I discovered there's actually a lot more to the series that I didn't know about. And I set it to be my mission to own every Klonoa game. So to explain, it's like an RPG light grand strategy. Interesting. I don't know what a grand strategy is, but sounds grand. Zeno, you know why the Soviet announcer was removed? Why was the Soviet announcer removed? Mike Z. Ah! Okay. See, I can understand that, considering that Mike Z is, a person who is, not very good. So let's go back to the people. God, what's the rest of the line from Deus Ex Recut? I don't remember that part. You know what? Worth it. Oh, I remember now. Yeah. You think you know you think you know better to do with next Ambrosia shipment? Let me guess. It's on its way back to the people. No, damn. I think the government made the plague on purpose. You have a single shred of evidence to back that up? Of course I do. It's all in the numbers. Number 1. That's tick. Was worth it, loud screaming after. Single fact, by the way. Prepare for teasing. Oh. That's where I was supposed to go. Well, I got all the villagers, so I can just get out of here. I like to make a silent takedown. A silent takedown is always the most... Wait. Shit, no, it's a non-lethal takedown is always the most silent take... I don't know what I'm quoting anymore. I'm just gonna stop. I really should just play that on stream for once. I could play that right now. Would y'all like to be introduced to the magic that is Deus Ex the Recut? Would you guys like to be introduced or reintroduced to the wonderful video that is Deus Ex the Recut? Sure. Alright. Let's play the game. Maybe I will at some point. Wait a sec here, let me mute that. That should be fine. Alright. Gotta open a new window here because I have I don't want to accidentally show my... What is it? Tracking pages because I got some stuff that I ordered. One sec. Oh, don't play yet. I'm not ready. One sec. Where am I? There we go. That's not right. Hold on. Yeah, that works. We're just gonna leave it like that. That's fine. Wait a sec here. There you go. Alright. This might be loud, so I apologize.
Your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable?
Oh, yes.
Has he been infected?
Oh, yes.
I hope you're not underestimating
Oh,
the problem.
yes. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was desperate.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? It's cool. Old men. Warning. Warning.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate. Your turn.
Desperate.
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 Desperate. The sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the electronic old men.
I hope you're not... Get the hell out of here, Denton! The others may not go as quietly. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
Old men. Running the world. A new age.
We have other problems.
UNATCO?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage.
UNATCO?
Savage.
UNATCO?
No. Savage.
UNATCO?
Savage.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs. Our electronic old men and their flexibility has allowed us to make progress in the mythical city on the hills,
We may not be able to contain the augmentation project.
among other things, but I must admit that I have been somewhat disappointed in UNATCO.
Quit screwing around.
Yes.
The secondary unit should be online within 6 months. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress within 6 months.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but within the week, there will be old men running the world.
No, within 6 months.
Yes. Old men are the future.
The NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock.
Paul, what's going on? Welcome to the Coalition, JC. I might as well start using coke. Yeah. The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue. What are we waiting for? I've got a pistol. The NSF took one of our agents hostage. I think Manderley wants to see how you handle the situation. Stick with the prod. Prod with the prod. Just in case, though, we're police. Sometimes you've got to make a silent takedown. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent takedown. This isn't a training exercise, JC. What are we waiting for? I don't know. I like to pick my nose. If you can get to the North Dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, Iron Cop. Beings might be useful. Thanks. I'll take the GEP gun. The GEP gun might be Paul. UNATCO remember me. There's been some activity at sea. I'm going to watch the coast. Move.
About time you shit.
I heard that you can get me inside.
Whatever, but I know the commander because he's my pal. Don't think you know something about the commander. Here's a picture.
You can trust me.
Depends. The NSF are terrorists. They want people dead. Dead. Word.
I don't understand.
Here's the key to the front entrance. I don't have much of a business. I think I'll take your weapons. I don't know.
Don't fuck with me.
Don't shoot. You're too late. I surrender. Don't believe me? It's all in the numbers. Number 1, that's terror. Number 2, that's terror.
You think you know better than FEMA what to do with this month's ambrosia shipment?
Don't tell me. It's on its way back to the people.
No.
Damn, I think the government made the plague on purpose.
Do you have a single fact to back that up?
Yeah. Number 1, that's terror.
Well done.
Oh yeah, that is Deus Ex the recut. Bowel and I have been quoting that for over 10 years, actually, or about 10 years. And yeah, the original Unreal Engine is actually really impressive. Even just like what you could do with Unreal Tournament alone is really impressive. But Deus Ex also does a fantastic job of showing off what you can do with it. Aha! Ow and ow. I still don't remember, after I showed Soro Deus Ex Recut for the first time, then she started quoting it with me. For a while, every now and then, I would just get a random message from her going, prod with the prod, or stick with the prod with the prod. Also the, I know the commander, or don't you think you know the commander, because I know the commander because he's my pal. Here's a picture. I actually had the picture saved at one point. Specifically so I could post it every time I said that. Ow. God. And for those who didn't know, that was actually an old Machinima video. Machinima isn't a household name anymore, but in the early days of YouTube content creation, Machinima was a company responsible for hosting a lot of video game related content. They are the source of things like Freeman's Mind and Sandy Not Included, probably the two most popular things that Machinima ever produced. That's also where some content creators like DJY1991 and what else was it? Kraken, I think, got their start, was making content for Machinima. Which all changed when Machinima got bought a few years ago, and the new owners decided that the very first thing they were going to do after buying Machinima was to shut them down without warning anyone, and all the videos on the channel that were not already saved were lost. And the thing is, it was discovered that if you were a Machinima creator, all of your content actually belonged to Machinima because of your contract. So a lot of those creators had to fight tooth and nail to actually keep their own content when they left. And one of the big ones who was able to do that was Manslayer, who ended up being forced to re-upload all of his content from Machinima on his own channel because, well, Machinima wouldn't let him keep it up. Because it technically wasn't his to even use in the first place since he made it for Machinima. Manslayer is responsible for the Gamer Poop series. A series that unfortunately hasn't aged very well because quite a few of the jokes are transphobic. And some can also be considered homophobic. I maintain my belief that the Mass Effect 3 Gamer Poop videos have aged like fine wine. Some of them are just also not really funny anymore. I've tried rewatching some of the Skyrim ones, and they just don't make me laugh. Very quotable. Very, very quotable. But they're just not that funny anymore. It's really the Oblivion ones, though, that are really bad with the transphobia, because there's a lot of jokes that use the T slur. Don't say it in chat, but you know the one. It rhymes with Fanny. Because that is a slur. Yeah, like, I'm not saying they need to be removed. I'm just saying that it was a different time. I'm not going to try to argue that Manslayer knew better, because I'm pretty sure he did. But it was a different time. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I think a lot of us said the R slur when we were younger. I know I did. Maybe not everyone did. I'm not going to accuse any of you saying it. I will be the first to admit, I said it a lot as a kid. I shouldn't have. I knew better. I absolutely knew better, and I still said it. Times have changed. So, I knew people who said the F slur and insisted they weren't talking about gay people. Doesn't really change it. And yeah, that's actually a good point, listen, man. It's a good way to see how far we've come. That's like, even if you compare older YouTube content like Death Battle or Epic Rap Battles, some of those older videos have aged poorly. In a lot of ways. Some of the early Death Battles, Boomstick's whole character was talking about how he wanted to fuck the female combatants. He doesn't do that anymore. For Epic Rap Battles, they used to make a lot of jokes about the two rappers fucking each other's significant others, which they don't do as much anymore. It's a lot more nuanced now. Also, yeah, the grandpa died. It's fine. He doesn't get better, but it's fine. To give you an idea of how much the second game means to me compared to this one, this game's sad moments really got to me when I first played it, but I'm a bit more jaded about this game specifically compared to how it used to be because I don't like it as much as the rest of the series. So it doesn't hit me as hard. Klonoa 2's ending consistently makes me cry. So it's not that this stuff doesn't affect me, it's just I'm a little more jaded about this game now. Yeah, rip Grandpa, he got fucking obliterated. Now, as much as I do poo-poo on this game often, this is still one of the best games in the PS1. It's just, the second game is so much better. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm burping so much. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, maybe having 5 tacos right before stream wasn't the smartest decision. Because it hit both of them. Oh, god damn it, it's so hard to hit both of those at the same time. Fuck you. Is this guy supposed to be shaped like Adius, or does he just kind of look like that because he's a snake? What? Like what? Gadius is the, fake-out main villain. There we go. He's the one who's summoning the big bad guy. He's the dude with the fucking, Plague Doctor mask from, one of the earlier cutscenes. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I was not paying attention at all. That's fine. The story isn't really all that interesting in this one. It might as well not exist. Klonoa and Hupo are best friends. The priestess, songstress, whatever her name is, Louise, something like that. Oh, Lafize. Crashes onto the tower. Klonoa and Hupo go to investigate. Gadius and Joka kidnap the priestess, trying to find the moon pendant. Klonoa ends up finding it, takes it to Granny in Forlock Forest, takes it to his grandpa, who tells him to talk to Granny in Forlock Forest. Granny tells him something about the story of the Moon Kingdom. He goes back to his grandpa because his grandpa has the pendant, and Joka kills Grandpa. And this little bit here actually is a foreshadowing bit for later in the game. It's okay, Grandpa deserves to die, he's a smoker. His time was short anyways. So, like, what exactly do you smoke in pipes, anyways? I've always wondered. What do you smoke? Is it weed? Tobacco. Tobacco, weed. Okay, so you're telling me there was a very good chance Grandpa was high off his ass when he died. Wacky. Literal grass. That dang Kush finna dab yeet. God damn it, doll. Oh, I never know what to expect out of you. Olden times that old people smoke medicinal herbs through pipe. Oh, okay. I should stream Weed Shop. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I should. Oh, god damn it. That dang Kush finna dab. Yeet. God, I'm so glad I added the Duke Nukem quote. Redeem. I need a button for the grab bag guitars. I actually do. Hold on a sec. Oh my god, if I can get a fucking Stream Deck working with the Linux, I am absolutely adding that. I didn't even consider that. Just imagine, da-dun dun da-dun dun. That dang Kush finna dab. Da-dun dun da-dun dun. Yeet. Da-dun dun dun. God, I need to talk to Nula so I can get that edited. Have I gotten everyone so far? Holy shit, yeah, one go. God, I didn't even consider setting up a button for the grab bag guitars. I need to see what my options are for that. God, I think I've mentioned this on stream before, but one time I was playing TF2 several years ago. I must have been like 16 or 17 at the time. So this is like, God, I don't even know when. I was playing TF2 and I was just doing Duke Nukem quotes into my mic, and one guy on my team was like, "Oh, awesome, we got a dude with the Duke Nukem soundboard," and I was like, "It's not a soundboard, that's me." Like, do you have an idea how amazing that feels? Because he genuinely thought I was using a soundboard. He actually argued with me because he refused to believe I was the one doing it. I don't even know my Duke Nukem impression is that good. But, like, I have been told it's good. And it's just funny to me that I can do it so well because my natural voice is much higher pitched than that. My dick kick him impression. Isn't Dick Kickem just Duke Nukem though? Isn't it just the same thing? Or is that the joke? I'm here to chew ass and kick gum. And I'm all out of ass. Duke Nukem after he gets kicked in the balls of steel. Okay, I don't know if I can specifically do that. You can help me, Jesus Christ. Oh. I got you baited. In fact, you can fall off. There are no barriers on that elevator. Platform. Also, just gonna let Zeno and Sorrow know right now, please refund any hydrate redeems, because there's no water in the water pitcher in the fridge, and I have literally 1 sip of water left. So if y'all want to redeem the hydrate redeem, I can do it literally 1 more time, and then that's it for stream. There's water in there, you filled it up? Oh, good, okay. Yeah, we're gonna be starting Klonoa 2 already tonight. I wasn't expecting to do that tonight. I kind of forgot how short this game is. Oh, god damn it. I shouldn't have said anything. Well, okay. If you guys are gonna redeem it, just go ahead and redeem whatever, as many hydrates as you want now. Let me deliver this orb, and I will, ow. Let me deliver this orb, and I will honor whatever hydrates I get once I fill my water pitcher. We're close to the halfway point break anyway, so I'll just take that when I go refill my water. No, no, I didn't say it. Okay, you know what? I changed my mind. 117k. God damn, I need more expensive redeems. Alright. I'm gonna pause here. This will be close to the halfway point anyways, so, yeah, I'm just gonna hit the intermission screen. Y'all enjoy the music. I'm gonna refill that water. Let me, well, that's not even a hydrate, that's a stretch. Okay, I'll stretch when I'm taking a break. So, yeah, you know what? I'll just come back at 9. So, you have like 8 minutes. Enjoy the music. You're a mod, of course, you have a shit ton of points. Fair. Alright. So, I'll be back. Okay, I didn't actually need that long. So, I see... I'm checking, like, servers and whatnot while I wait, and I see, Xeno clipped the Duke Nukem thing. I need to hear this. Oh, god damn it. That dang Kush finna dab. Yeet. I thought my voice was a little deeper when I do that. It's deeper to me. Maybe with some editing I can get a little more closer. I think everyone's voice is deeper for them? Probably. Oh, I'm good. And boy, did Spike have some extra room. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, all of you. Also, I need you all to know, Xeno named that clip, Duke Nukem got that good. Ow. Alright, buddy. There we go. By the way, the next level in the game is the hardest level in the game. Also, basically everyone's least favorite level. I'm good. I'm good. But still good. Not good. Works. Alright, buddy, come here. Bitch! Alright. Also, I refilled my water bottle, so hydrate redeems can actually be honored now. We're good. Everything's fine. Still good. Still technically good. Load it. Load it. Come here. Come on. Ow. And we're about to get into the worst level in the game. It's so hard. It's so annoying. So, since Klonoa was a PS1 game originally, what is your favorite PS1 game? Just figured I'd ask. Mine is, Silent Hill. I fucking love the original Silent Hill so much. It's actually my second favorite game of all time. I think I know Xeno's answer. It's probably Symphony of the Night. Second 3, I guess. I haven't played too many because the first console we owned was a PS2. Fun fact, there are these two are based on a comedy style in Japanese where one is the goof and the other is the straight. I mean, that is a comedy style in English as well. It's called the straight man comedy. Like, that's not exclusive to Japan, I don't think. Like Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello. One of them was the straight man and the other one was the goof. You had one guy to make all the jokes and act like an idiot and the other guy to react to it, and that's where the humor is from. But it's not surprising that Japan has something similar, honestly. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Abbott and Costello and Laurel and Hardy, but the two people I did actually grow up with, funnily enough, are the only ones that I know of in English off the top of my head. Though it is true that in comedy, things are best done in pairs. Oh god, that's the yawn. Do I even need the air conditioner on right now? Seems like it might be a little too cold in here. Oh, it's actually going to be kind of cool tonight. I think I can turn the AC off for a little bit. I'll just turn it back on when I go to bed. There's a lot of exposition going on right now. The stuff about Gadius bringing the end of the world and all that. Yeah, just the comically evil universe-ending villain or something. Fun fact, despite how he looks, Klonoa is officially a cat. The fandom calls him a cabbit, and I have been told that if you know anyone who calls him a cabbit, please punch them. And this is why this area sucks. I did not touch you, and you know it. Because you can't do anything while it's night. And it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, nighttime longer than it is daytime. Smacking into everything. Funny thing, while the cutscene audio is identical to the PS1 version, so it's really scratchy and tinny in areas, the voice acting for the rest of the game, like actual gameplay, has been updated. I don't know why they didn't just re-record everything or use better sources or something. Or hell, just use the dub from the Wii game, but, you know. This is what it is. I guess. Wait. This way. Go this way. Go through the door. I'm like very confident that it is nighttime for longer than it is daytime in this level. God, I can't unhear Klonoa saying Henya when he takes damage, and it makes me think of Henya the Genius, the newest V Shoujo member. Also known as the tea kettle. Because when she screams, it sounds like a tea kettle. She even acknowledges that because she has a tea kettle in the mouth. It's really funny. Henya's great. Oh, that's right. You carry one of these fuckers over to the side. Or not. Oh, that's right. I just do that. Now we wait. And we go back because I missed a villager. That will not take me over to that door. I have to come from inside. Here we go. Uh-oh. I hope that doesn't mean I'm missing one. Oh, there it is. Alright, we're good. Yeah, do not want to have to do this level twice. Oh, this is still fun. Oh, god damn it. Come on. What? What is it with Namco and inflating things? Oh, who knows? Maybe someone there has an inflation fetish. Because this isn't the only game, because there is also, what is it? Dig Dug. God, I haven't played Dig Dug in a hot minute. Fucking love Dig Dug. Deal with airline food. Are you quoting something? Fun fact, if I screw up this next jump, I have to do that room again. And thankfully I didn't. Oh boy, we got the Joker fight. And the Joker baby. Oh boy, Joker, my favorite. Gadius slow. Yeah, pretty much. He is wearing lipstick. Like, they could have at least cleaned up Gadius's audio. Because he sounds like he's speaking through a blown-out speaker. But the voice acting is also so quiet compared to everything else. Because they're literally just reusing the PS1 voice acting. This is why, like, I'm not too... Or I'm actually quite cautious about the Bates and Kaitos remasters, because Namco is pretty hit and miss with their remasters. Sometimes they do a good job, other times they don't. Sometimes in a collection of remasters, they hit both ends in the same one. X-Men, welcome to die. Oh god. What game is that from? I know it's one of the X-Men games, but which one? Because I know what you're quoting. X-Men the arcade game. Arcade game. Yeah, from what I know, it's one of the more infamous bits of lack of proofreading. So this fight can either go by really quickly or it can take forever. Yeah, it's going to take forever. Or maybe not. The arcade Coomer. Shooting with the shotgun. I would love to. I feel like this game could be improved with the flamethrower or a shotgun. Klonoa with the flamethrower. Who will he incinerate? Bullshit. Bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. Ow. Alright, I only need to hit him 2 more times, so if he hits me twice, I'm fucking dead. It's also specifically this fight and the Gadius fight and the Nahatome fight that made me not want to do hard mode, because you only get 1 hit point. By the way, when he raises his arms up when he's done spinning, that does still have a hitbox. I learned this the hard way. Also, the heart disappeared before I could pick it up because another one spawned, I guess. Finish him. Klonoa wins. Fatality. God, I haven't played Mortal Kombat in a while. I should play Mortal Kombat 11 again. 11 was pretty good. I think my main in 11 was Cabal. I always thought Cabal was cool when I was a kid. But I never really knew how to play him. I didn't know how to play any of the characters in Mortal Kombat when I was a kid. It wasn't until I finally learned how to do the inputs by looking them up or something that I learned how to play as Liu Kang, because it's easiest to play as. Now, for the classic games, I only really know how to play as Raiden and Liu Kang. Kinda Sub-Zero and Scorpion. But I'm more of a fan of the newer games. Wrong, Scorpion is the easiest. Liu Kang's specials are literally pressing an input twice and then a button. That's his specials. So technically he is the easiest to play as. Yeah, so are Scorpions. I don't. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't play Scorpion that much in the old games. It's the Moon Kingdom. Actually, every character's specials are like two movement buttons and a hit button. Except some teleport moves, which are just up and down. There are some exceptions, like Liu Kang's bicycle kicks. Yes, but I mean, like, the Liu Kang's are all right, A, left, B, stuff like that. That's what I mean, is that it's easier to remember. Keep in mind, when I was a kid, I was stupid and I couldn't remember anything like that. Yeah, oh, really getting through this. Alright, so that's the hardest level out of the way. At least in my opinion. Worst level, hardest level, whatever, same difference. So I'd wager we can finish this by 10. Which means, Ew, excuse me, a lot of burping. I'll probably just move on to Klonoa 2 for the last hour. Yeah, this is where we learn about the truth of the world. Ooh, what a bit. I'm very tired. It's been very EP today. The music for these last two levels are pretty good, though. Do I remember a top 5 song here? Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good song. This level's not bad. Yeah, this song. Probably the best song in the game right here. It makes me very nostalgic, even though I never played this on PS1 when I was a kid. You remember when I was doing my stream event, I mentioned cranking the song. I intentionally cranked the song volume on this. Yeah, hon. I think you remember that. I hope I get to see you stream again soon, hon. I do miss catching your streams and reading into you. Oh, that could be taken out of context. Wow, hon, I sure miss raiding you. Crank that, Soldier Boy. I have never intentionally listened to Soulja Boy. It's Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy. It's always been against my will. Or through proxy of someone else listening to him. I also genuinely can't tell if Soulja Boy is, like, joking or not, or if he's serious. I've literally only ever heard that one song by him. I know of the song where he says Superman that hoe. And I know the song that goes something like, I don't fuck with you, you little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. I know of those songs. Let's crank that, the song was quoting. Okay. You. Okay, maybe I guess I have heard it. I've heard it in memes, definitely. I like the one that's, I've seen a version, or heard a version. I was like, I don't fuck with bees. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with bees. Fucking love that meme. Yeah, I just the reason why I don't know if Soulja Boy is serious or not is because he once claimed he bought Atari, and Atari literally made an announcement on Twitter that no, he very much did not buy us. Aha, I'm saved. And he announced that he was making his own game console, but it was just some Chinese clone console that he slapped his name on. Like, I genuinely cannot tell if the man is serious about anything he does. There's a trick to this one. I want to do that. Let's see there. Serious Sam. Is Serious Sam worth playing? Ow. Because I have not spent much time in the Serious Sam games. I think I own the whole series except for 4. Depends on who you ask. I know some people who love the games. I didn't enjoy the first game after a certain point. Yeah, I know it's just a lot of enemy spam. I think it's one of those games where if you like Painkiller, you'll probably like it. Because I have played Painkiller. I have Painkiller Black Edition on Steam. I haven't played it much of it, but I did play it when I bought it. It was actually one of the Steam games that I actually played when I bought it. I think I'm going back to it. I haven't gotten around to that myself. Yeah, I mean, I personally would compare Serious Sam to Painkiller because it's not about clever level design necessarily. It's just about taking on hordes of enemies. I think some people call it like a wave shooter or something, or a horde shooter. Something like that. That might not actually be a horde shooter. Maybe that'll be something I could stream, honestly. Stream has been really good for helping me get through my backlog. I've been playing games that I have not gotten around to playing before. Yeah. Sinuses seem to be a little fucked up today. Though in this house, it's basically every day. Ah, here we go. You know what this song reminds me of, in a way? Starfield in Paper Mario 64. That's what the song reminds me of. Very calming, nostalgic music. Slightly melancholy, though. Starfield, the Windows screensaver. At some point, I'll be streaming Paper Mario 64, and I might do 1000 Year Door on stream as well, since I'm streaming RPGs now. Looking forward to playing both of those again. And then at some point, I'll do Super Paper Mario. And this is where it's revealed that Hupo is actually from the Moon Kingdom. When you stream that, are you going to do the cheese strat that I did? Probably. It's a good strat. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I'll try to do it. It's a bit of a long cutscene here, explaining that Hupo's from the Moon Kingdom and Destiny and shit and other stuff. Jump charge plus power bounce. Okay. Zeno, you need to play 1000 Year Door. You finished Paper Mario, but you never did 1000 Year Door. You need to change that. Spam jump charge for a few turns, then use power bounce and don't miss an action command. Oh boy, I'm so glad I hit that checkpoint. I think that was the audio cutting out for a moment. Just a reminder that with the Steam Deck, I cannot do anything about the audio cutting out. That is just a problem with using the deck while docked. There is no fix that I know of. I have noticed that it hasn't happened in a while, though. There's also Super Jump Charge, which boosts your next jump attack by 3 rather than 2. There's no limit to how many charges you can do, so you can just charge until you've got like plus 30 power. Assuming you can survive that long, of course. Fun fact. You can't not take damage with that Spike guy, so you're going to get hit twice if you go for that. Because he moves faster than Klonoa. One of the only examples of actual bad game design in this is that there's no way to avoid getting hit twice. Who's my Tekken main? Depends on the game. Because I don't have a consistent main across the series. Okay, list them all. Okay, well, for Tekken 3, it's either Brian or King. I don't remember which. For Tekken 5, it's Bruce. For Dark Resurrection, excuse me, it's still Bruce. For Tag Tournament 2, I don't remember who it is, actually. And for 7, it's Josie and Katarina. And Lydia, one of the new characters. The Polish karate user. I want her to break me in half. Like, I genuinely want her to snap me like a twig. Like, seriously, just fold me in half and obliterate my spine. Please, I'm begging you. I think I mean if you use usually Yoshimitsu. Asuka and Kunimitsu for you. Well, Kunimitsu is only in 1, 2, both tag tournaments, and 7, and it's not even the same Kunimitsu in 7. I seem to remember when Zeno and I played Tekken Tag Tournament 2 for a period. He really liked Dr. Boskanovich. Fuck. The funny thing is, Dr. Boskanovich in Tekken 3 is just a Yoshimitsu clone. But in Tag Tournament 2, he kind of has a unique moveset. And one of his moves is the one where he just fucking explodes. That's pretty good with Roger and Alex, too. You would be. A dinosaur. Why don't they bring Alex back? Like, why? Hasn't he been chilling with Roger's wife or something? Also, why didn't they bring Roger back in 7? Was it really because of concerns about PETA? Oh, it's only been in 2 as a palette swap in the tag games. True. They still need to bring him back. Because I seem to remember they removed Roger from 7 due to concerns from PETA or something about violence against animals. Ow, and ow, and ow. Well, that's the thing. Roger Jr. is in the arcade version of Tekken 7. They removed him from the console version. So, like, he was in Tekken 7. Originally. Also, the bears are still in 7, that's a good point. I seem to remember at the last major Tekken World Championships, there was a dude who nobody had heard of. Who, just showed up to the tournament. Playing, I think it was Kuma. And fucking won the tournament. Completely sweeping it. As the goddamn bear. The two characters with the worst win-loss record in Tekken 7 competitive stuff are Kuma and Panda. Oh my god, I would like one of the moves, please. Just give me one of the goddamn moves. Just either one of them, please. What is going on here? Oh my god. There we go. Good god. Also, why did they go hard with the bagpipes in this song? I think those are bagpipes. Why the fuck not? Fair. Oh god, how do I do this one again? Wait, I remember. I think. Do I? Oh my god. Oh my god, go on the platform. There we go. I am missing 2 villagers. Or Phantomilians. Phantomilians. Looks like there's one more halfway to go. Yeah, we got one more and then the final door. Then we fight Gadius. We die first. Then we fight Gadius. And then we fight Naha's home, and then we do Blue's Tower. Oh, you bitch! You absolute bitch. I'm doing the loose tower. Yes. Yes, I am. I've done Blue's Tower before, hon. I've done it a few times, actually. I actually don't think it's all that hard. Can I do it with my eyes closed? No. I can't play any game with my eyes closed. Oh, my autistic ass. I barely know where I'm going when my eyes are open. I'm not a fake gamer. I genuinely don't know where I'm going when my eyes are open. I have no sense of direction. Nope, not even Super Mario. Shit. Oh, good. Yeah, I know there are such things as blind runs and blind speed runs. I do not understand how people can do that. I know it's all based on audio cues. That's another yawn. I think we got like 3 yawns tonight, and I haven't seen anyone use the commands. Gym elements? You good? There we go. Thank you, hon. There's a magical pony flying through the sky on a magical quest just for you and I. Take him down.
Logo mais, Nazel Christa Betatelo, Nato. Mas, Buel Derzon, e Felizon, Tiran Derzon. Paz Brasil, Paz Comega El. Or Nazel Gentulet Nahadu. Bem-vindo.
Like how the little dude speeding on his shitty car made my reactive go off outside. That outside should have been earlier in the sentence, but whatever. So, Gadius's whole motivation for destroying the world is because he doesn't like that the nice dreams are neglecting nightmares. Which makes them comically evil because, like, I mean, they're nightmares. Nobody wants to have nightmares. They're very bad. There's no benefit to nightmares. Whereas the King of Sorrow in Klonoa 2 actually has a good point. Nobody wants to be sad. Also, blind playthroughs are no longer called that. It was a term for people who play through games without knowing about said game. The term had to be removed because it was seen as insensitive to actual blind people or something. Well, yeah, except that no blind person actually cared. No one actually knew where that insensitivity came from because nobody ever used it to at all refer to blind people. So that was just a pointless gesture. And yeah, blindfolded run is actually one. Alright, so we want to avoid the green orbs, because if we hit the green orbs, the fight takes longer. And this is another one of those fights that can either go by quickly or take a while. We basically want to try to not miss any of the moves here. We can finish them off fairly quickly. As I just immediately miss two. This is going to do a thing where he's going to change masks, and that changes how the fight works. This one's fine. This one's actually perfectly fine. I'm gonna probably beat him right here, actually, if I don't screw up too badly. Or not. I just need to hit him twice. There we go. Now we just got Final Vision and Extra Vision. And it's 10 o'clock, so we're finally past the 3-hour mark when I would go to my last hour. Just have to decide how much of Klonoa 2 I'm going to play. I do not like the Nahatome fight because it's a very long and tedious fight. Klonoa is another one of those series where the boss fights aren't really very interesting. Klonoa 2's bosses are at least more creative and more enjoyable. Not necessarily challenging, but enjoyable. Klonoa 1's bosses range from boring to needlessly annoying. I wouldn't call any of them good. Evil. 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 There, the controller on the desk.
Puppy. 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 Puppy.
So I was just checking Discord while away because I don't fucking care about this cutscene. Something I saw reminded me that I just want to go to Rainbow Cone, man. It's summer. I gotta go to Rainbow Cone. I want to have a Rainbow Cone before they close. I don't know when they're gonna close, but I do not hate Klonoa. I just don't like this game as much as the sequel. I played this game several times, so like I know the story well enough. Spike wants to kick Klonoa in the face until he dies. I do not. I would never. Yeah, because Klonoa is a strange dream. Which we'll see why in the ending, because stuff. Would I powerbomb Klonoa for $1 million? No. You would? Well, I'm not you. Yep. That's all the levels. That Klonoa would be like, do it, idiot? I don't think so. A reminder that Klonoa is very young in this. Oh, please do not make jokes about that here.
Puppy. 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 Super puppy, people, puppy. Super puppy. People, super people, puppy. Can
I don't care, hun. Do not make jokes about that on my stream. And also follow Twitch TOS. Ow. So the thing about this fight is we gotta get the damn moves into the damn cannons. And dodging that tongue is nearly impossible. And thankfully, this boss fight does actually have checkpoints. Hey, no. I have 2 cannons full. I swear I've hit more of you guys. I was in the air, you bitch. Yeah, see, he does have a defined age. So, like, outside of my stream, whatever, dude. But, like, on my stream, I don't want anybody making jokes about that. Or being serious. On my stream or in my server. And especially because that can get you in trouble on both Discord and Twitch. And if I don't do anything about it, that gets me in trouble. Yeah, if he was the lead designer, I think he was also the Ninja Gaiden creator I was talking about. So that is the kicker here. If I don't do anything about it, I can get in trouble. So unless you want to get me in trouble too, don't make jokes about that here. Just making sure we all understand. Just making sure. And I'm dead. If I remember correctly, I have to hit that thing when it's not under his face. Yep. There we go. And now for phase 3. So thankfully the 3 phases have checkpoints. So just like before, you have to do all this in one go. Oh, you little bastard, you had to do that right then and there, didn't you? God damn it. Don't let him hit you with the gay. It's too late. I'm already gay. God damn it. Motherfucker. There we go. Almost done. Shit. Now we have to wait for this, or for them to fire the shot. There we go. And that's it. That's Klonoa 1, except for Blue's Tower. Yeah, we just wait for the exposition, the big reveal. And then, yay, we'll be done. This is it, Luigi. I don't actually know what Mario media that's referencing, though. Hotel Mario, okay. The baby has been fed to the soul cannon. Fine Sauce and also the Super Mario World cartoon, actually. I mean, it could easily be all three. That is a line that could easily be in all three. It could also be. Sora was probably, yeah, Sora is probably right. Like, I wouldn't know because I've never actually seen the Super Mario World cartoon. It's the only Mario cartoon I haven't actually seen. I've seen Super Show and I've seen Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3. I've never actually seen Super Mario World. From what I know, it's also the least good of the three. But it's the one everybody memes on because it's the one with Yoshi, where Yoshi has a lot of really good faces. Maybe I should watch it. Is it worth watching? I can't imagine it is. What it's worth, you liked it? It's cheesy. Okay. I mean, I genuinely love Super Show. Super Show is like... Oh. Fuck, that was loud. Holy shit. General Writer, thank you for the follow. That actually spooked me. Why was that so loud? Yeah, I actually genuinely love Super Mario Bros. Super Show. I wouldn't exactly call it, like, good? But let him go. Oh, absolutely let him go. You'll actually understand why in a moment. I mean, if you're actually, you know, reading. Oh, Carrot Top! Thank you for, thank you! Oh, you're friends with Carrot! Okay! Yeah, Carrot's a good bean. So, this is the thing I was talking about, the big reveal here about why Hupo's a fucking asshole. I swear my audio was not that loud when I did my test, what the hell? Because, it's revealed here that, Klonoa is not actually part of this world, and Hupo is the one who brought him here. And it's not laid clear in this game, but in the second game, Popka makes a comment about how Klonoa isn't trying to save the world because he wants to, but because he's a fool and it's the only thing he knows how to do. Which means Hupo brought Klonoa into Phantom Isle knowing that Klonoa would save the world without question. Which is a really shitty thing to do to someone you call your friend. And that's why Hupo's actually an asshole. Because he only brought Klonoa here, not because he wanted to be friends with him, but because he knew Klonoa would save the world with no second thoughts. He even gave him fake memories. And like this ending was sad when I first played it, but when you know that information from the second game, it really does not make Hupo look like a good person. And that's part of the reason why I'm a bit more jaded about this game. Is because if you know that line from Popka in the second game, it really does not make Hupo look good. And it completely changes this game's perspective. Val, Jesus. And for some reason, Hupo is an Empire of Dreams. Even though that doesn't take place in Phantom Isle. And he's got his Klonoa 2 design, or at least Klonoa does. Yeah, I mean, despite it all, Klonoa still likes him. It's just, like, I would have been pissed. Hupo used him. Oh, what kind of... that? I'm going to rip your face off and punch out all your blood. This is the fake memories. Yeah, it's because of the fake memories, actually. Because Klonoa remembers being friends with him. So... that's actually a good point. That means that Klonoa still liking him is worse because Klonoa has those memories. Because to him, they're not fake. Now, I mean, I've played Klonoa 1 several times. I've played all 3 versions, actually. Several times. I've played the PS1 original, the remake, and this version. So, the ending doesn't get to me anymore. Klonoa 2's ending still gets to me. But, Klonoa 2's ending hits me harder now that I've, lost something precious to me. After, my pet bird, Sachi, died. Klonoa 2's ending hits me a lot harder than it did when I was younger. Second ending didn't get you until you played the first one. See, I played the second game first. I actually told the story earlier about how I even got into the Klonoa series. I was at my grandma's house in Michigan. She doesn't live in Michigan. She actually lives next door to me in Chicago. But her childhood home was in Michigan, and occasionally I would go up to Michigan with her and her husband, my grandpa, to check on the house and do some stuff up there. And one of the times we were up there, I didn't have a PS2 at the time, but we went to the store and I saw Klonoa 2 on the shelf, and I was like, I have to have this. I didn't know what a Klonoa was. I didn't know what a Lunatea was. I didn't even know what Veil meant. The only word in the title I actually understood was 2. but I had to have Klonoa. I had to. I didn't know why. I just had to have it. We didn't have a PS2. She eventually relented and bought it for me, so I was just sitting there for a few days just staring at the case, being unable to play it. And eventually we finally went home, and I played it at my parents' house because my grandma didn't have a PS2 at the time. And I fell in love with it. And then years later in high school, I learned there was a lot more to the Klonoa series than I originally thought. I did have the remake, and I did have Dream Champ Tournament on GBA. I have since gotten a Japanese physical copy of the first game on PS1 and Beach Volleyball on PS1. I also have a boxed copy of Empire of Dreams on GBA, and I have both a Japanese copy and an English reproduction copy of Klonoa Heroes on GBA. The only Klonoa game I'm missing is Moonlight Museum, because I don't have a Wonder Swan. Used to go to Blockbuster, dating yourself, and your dad would rent Klonoa 2 from there. Oh, don't worry, I went to Blockbuster too. I'm a 90s kid. I actually own a few N64 games from Blockbuster when they would sell off old stock. I have a complete boxed copy of Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. You could only get that at Blockbuster, so I somehow own the box and manual. They would usually throw those out. My copy is worth like $120. It's in good condition too. You forgetting we're in the same area, Spike? I keep forgetting you're in Chicago, Carrot. When you mentioned that in Puffin's server the other day, I was like, huh? You're from here? Like, it's a city of 3 million people, so there's obviously a lot of people that live here, but every time someone says they're from Chicago, I'm just like, oh, someone else lives here? I haven't played any of the other games. I have played literally all of them. The only two I have not finished are Moonlight Museum and Klonoa Heroes. I easily could have finished Klonoa Heroes when I was playing it on an emulator. No, when I was playing on my physical copy, but never got far enough. And I do have the English copy, and I held off on finishing it because I was going to stream it at some point. Moonlight Museum, I was just waiting until I got a Wonder Swan. Alright, so now we're going to do Baloo's Tower. Oh, we might actually end on time. Why do I have double the lives? Oh, probably from Baloo's Tower. There we go. Extra vision. Fucking Tim Allen noise. So this level isn't canon. It's actually confirmed to not be canon. The tower that Baloo mentioned he was trying to build in honor of the songstress is finished in this. And she's actually waiting at the top of the tower. So the weird thing is, to be honest, I'm really glad they did not include the dub for this game in the remake here. The dub is actually one of the most hated things for a lot of people. Okay, did they redub the Phantomelian language in the remake? Because I thought they did. Because the English dub in the remake is... Oh, I have some choice words to say about that English dub. The worst part about booting up the remake is hearing the English Klonoa voice on the title screen, since no matter what you set the language to, it doesn't change that voice. And I cannot stand the English dub of the remake. By the way, have you guys seen the, like, Soul English commercial for Klonoa on Wii? Like the Soul commercial they had where they pulled, like, 2 random kids off the street for it. I could play it on stream, but if you join my Discord, someone could use the Discord command. I can post it in there if someone can. Never actually heard of Klonoa until we were in college. When were you in college, Carrie? Because I think you're actually older than me. Because There we go. Yeah, join the Discord. I'll post the commercial after stream. Because I just got out of college earlier this year. I learned of Klonoa around the time it came out in like 2002. I was in grade school at the time. It's actually kind of funny, the timing of when I was in grade school. Because I was in 2nd grade in 2002, 3rd grade in 2003, 4th grade in 2004, 5th grade in 2005, and so on. So it's actually very easy to... Oh, shit. It's actually very easy to remember what grade I was in what year. So I was in 2nd grade when I got this. I had just transferred to a new school. You can also find the commercial on your own if you really want to see it. Chat. I'm good. Oops. Oh shit. Never forget the magazine advertisement for Door to Phantom Isle. The only thing weirder is your sister. Ah, shit. That's the song's about. Yeah, we're actually, I think, close to the end of this. And like I said, hon, I actually don't think Baloo's Tower is all that hard. I actually think it's... oh, that's fire. Okay. Nice. I actually think it's, not all that challenging. It's a long level, though. And it does have some of the best, platforming in the game, actually. But I personally do not actually think it's all that challenging. And as a matter of fact, I think that's the end right here. Yep. I think that was 3 deaths. 10:30? That's a decent spot to end. 30 minutes early. Rejected. Ads? Oh, shit. Yeah, I just finished Baloo's Tower. Sorry, I didn't see... I wasn't paying attention to the ad timer. I would have paused it if I caught it in time. I try to keep the ads as unintrusive as possible, while still being able to make, you know, just a little bit of money from... It does help a little bit. If I could, I would just disable ads entirely, but Twitch really wants you to use ads. This also helped me meet the payout threshold, since I don't have enough subs to make that myself. Strange box that plays me. What do you mean a strange box? It's a fucking record player. Or below. Well, he is kind of a creeper, I guess. So, he's supposed to be, like, sad. So his eyes are, like, glazed over or something, but you can actually see his irises connect right under his eyebrows. Which I think is very funny. That instead of just giving him a new model or something with different eyes, they just moved his eyes as high up as they could go, but you can still see the fucking irises. That's music player. And that's it. That's Klonoa 2. Or 1. Alright. I am just going to end here. Normally, I would go for 4 hours, but not a whole lot I can do in 30 minutes in Klonoa 2. Maybe I could do the first couple levels, but I think that would just be better saved for next week. So, I'm going to end here. Let me go back to the main title screen. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for showing up, coming in at the end, Carrot. That was a nice surprise. I need to actually, check out your stream more often. We kind of stream at the same time a lot, so I don't get to do that often. Effortlessly 100% Klonoa 1. Well, I mean, kind of. I didn't get all the Dreamstone stuff. I've never done that in either of the games. I honestly think it's more trouble than it's worth, but the funny thing is, that's not actually needed to 100% the achievements. You don't have to do that. Thank God for that, because that's a nightmare. I've noticed. Yeah, the 7 p.m. Central time slot is very competitive. A lot of people are in that time slot. I've never got 100% of the Dreamstones. I've gotten like maybe 1 or 2 in both games, and that's it. It's not easy to do. It's easier in the GBA games because they're you don't have to double up with the mirror fairy. The little fairy thing that makes the gems orange, that's actually called a mirror fairy, and that's how you double the gems, and you need to do that for a certain number of gems to actually reach the 150 threshold. In the GBA games, you don't have to do that, so it's much simpler, and they're also a lot more straightforward. But that is the end of stream. I'm going to queue up a raid in a moment. I don't know who we're raiding just yet. If you are new, I have a Discord, so you can click that link to join if you'd like. If you want to keep up with my bullshit and other updates, I have a Twitter. And if you ever miss a stream, I have a VOD channel on YouTube. Let me see who we're going to be raiding. Excuse me. Sorry. Been burping a lot tonight. I had 5 tacos before I went live. May have been a mistake. Fuck. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't mean to burp so much. Let's see here. We could raid Aoife. Ash is still streaming. You know, I haven't gotten to raid Ash in a while. I'm going to raid Ash. We're going to raid Ash K9. Ash is a good bean. She is kind of unhinged in, like, the best way possible. So, I will be back tomorrow with, what am I doing tomorrow? Axiom Verge 2. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing Axiom Verge 2 tomorrow. And we're finishing Lil Gator game on Wednesday. Saturday, we're doing Mario Kart 8. We're finally going to play the new tracks. And Sunday will be Spyro 3. So I look forward to all those, and I hope you do too. In the meantime... Wait, unable to load available emotes. Huh? 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 Wait. Okay, so my emotes still work. That's weird. I can't get it to load in either the browser or in OBS. That's weird. Alright. Well, we're gonna do my usual raid message. Just have to type it out manually like a fucking Neanderthal. Alright. So, copy that raid message. You can use whatever emotes you want. You can use my emotes, your emotes, someone else's emotes. I don't care. As long as you copy the message, that's all I care about. We will be raiding Ash K9. Let me get that queued up for y'all. That is not a K. There we go. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you all have a good evening. Normally, after stream... Oh, god damn it. Hold on. I forgot the raid part. Wait a minute. I missed the word again. Hang on, I do this like all the fucking time. Copy this message. Thank you. I didn't notice again. I'm tired. I am a fat Durgan at the moment. I am full of tacos. I have no room left in my brain for anything else. It's just tacos. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out, Garrett. So yeah. I will see you all tomorrow. We're going to show Ash some love. I am going to sleep shortly after this, because I am tired. Good night, everyone.